Okay, so I'm making this video about probiotics, prebiotics, and my opinion and research on a product called Prebiothrive. A little bit about myself. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionalist. I am fairly educated and I consider myself an intelligent person. I actually was in a plane crash. It ended up with a 2-month stay in the hospital where I was given antibiotics. I also, within about a year after that, had a tooth problem, which I ended up taking about a week's worth of antibiotics for that infection. Well, as you know, in the idea that we're talking about probiotics, antibiotics will kill the healthy bacteria in your stomach. They really kill all the bacteria in your body, or attempt to, with the idea that it's going to beat your infection and or kill the infection. So where does that apply to me? Well, after taking 2 stints of antibiotics, it led me to have terrible digestive issues. In that time, I had a pretty good diet: vegetables, fruits, lean meats, but my digestive issues were still pretty bad. Not to get graphic, but I was having digestive problems. So, as many of you know, probiotics have kind of been in the mainstream light for quite a while for good digestive health, or to repair digestive issues, or possibly to restore the good bacteria in your stomach based on the fact that you just took antibiotics. So what are probiotics? Well, probiotics are just that: healthy bacteria that are needed in your body to have healthy digestion. So prebiotics, what are prebiotics? Well, prebiotics are the food for the probiotics, or the good bacteria. Biotics basically means life, or life of organisms in a community, something along those lines. Prebiotics would be, as you could imagine, the before the life. Well, they need food to grow and flourish in that community. So one's food and one is the bacteria. Prebiotics are actually generally non-digestive, meaning they're not made for us, they're made for the bacteria inside of us, or the organisms inside of us. We can't digest it properly, but the bacteria will. They need it to thrive, and we need the bacteria to have healthy digestion. So what is Prebiothrive? Well, Prebiothrive is basically a packaged product that is supposed to give you the prebiotics that you need to help the probiotics, or the healthy bacteria in your stomach, to thrive, just like it says. So pretty straightforward in what its claims are and what it's intended to do. So if you're like me, and if you're watching this video because it's got Prebiothrive in the title, then obviously you heard something about this and you possibly saw the video or were led to the website to purchase this product. Well, when I watched the video, the doctor basically talked a lot about Bimuno. Claims that Bimuno is the best form of prebiotics that he thinks that you can get. If you guys are seeing me looking down, I'm basically looking at some notes. I'm trying to make this as clear as I can, and hopefully as short as I can. So bear with me if this video gets pretty long, but I think the message that I have is strong, and I'm not trying to make any claims for or against this product, Prebiothrive. I'm just trying to share my knowledge and research that I did on these topics that I discussed, and a little bit of opinions maybe, but not making any claims for or against this product, just trying to say that. Well, in the video, like I said, he makes lots of claims that Bimuno is the best prebiotic that he feels. And he's entitled to that opinion. I don't have an opinion for it or against it. This video is not necessarily on what is the best prebiotic out there, more about making a good decision on what you spend your money on and not getting caught up in the hype. Because as most of you know, probiotics there's been a lot of hype around them, a lot of things sold as to be probiotics, and when the studies come out, they show that these probiotic formulations, whether it be yogurt or what have you, drink, have such a low amount of the healthy bacteria that there's virtually no benefit. But because it has healthy bacteria, they can package it and present it to you as if it's a health solution, though it's not. make your own decisions on what you buy, research everything that you want to believe in so that you don't just buy into the hype. So what is Bimuno? Well, Bimuno is actually a GOS product. It's made by a company called Galacto Limited that's in the United Kingdom. And they're not the only one. There's lots of GOS products out there. But why is Bimuno special, or what is Bimuno other than that? Well, it's not necessarily special or any different than any other GOS product. Most of the differences is purity. So is it 100% GOS? Is it 1%? Bimuno happens to be 52% GOS or Galacto-oligosaccharides. Probably pronouncing it wrong, so make fun of me in the comments if you like. But they belong to a family of prebiotics, which I said are non-digestible. They're basically the food for your healthy bacteria. Well, why is it important that I'm bringing up what Bimuno is? Well, one, to me, when he kept saying Bimuno, Bimuno, I went online and tried to research what Bimuno is, and it basically led me to a lot of products, mostly the Prebiothrive. The whole first page of Google and the second page really don't give you any information about what it is, so much as here's where you can buy it. So that kind of scared me, as it seemed to be some kind of, I don't know, it seemed like the information was buried by marketing. So it took me a little bit to find more information about this, but again, a UK company called Galacto Limited makes this stuff, and they've actually submitted to the EFSA, or the European Food Safety Authority. It's basically their version of our FDA here in the United States, I guess. They submitted that to them 3 times to see if the EFSA would back their claims that Bimuno has significant health benefits. Well, the EFSA has denied them once, twice, and 3 times. Why? Well, they claim that every submission, nothing's changed, that it's still the same product and it does not prove to have significant health benefits. Well, what is Galacto Limited's response to that? Galacto Limited's response was, or is, that they don't understand why EFSA is denying it. They don't understand how EFSA's standards are worked, in the idea that if they want to meet EFSA standards, then what do they have to do to meet those standards? Well, Galacto Limited, because of that, says, well, we're not giving up. We're working on our 4th submission to basically get Bimuno approved. So that means 4 times the same product is going to be submitted to EFSA. So why do they think, if it's the same product, that EFSA will back them? Well, it's because the results of their studies don't meet the standards EFSA has. Basically, the studies that Galacto Limited, or Bimuno, submits to EFSA, EFSA says this is not substantial enough to back the fact that Bimuno may have significant health benefits. So Galacto Limited says, okay, well, we're going to keep submitting basically until we figure out how to make these studies look the way that you want to see them in order to back us. That's crazy. If it doesn't sound crazy to you, let me just give you an example. Growing up, my dad taught me a little bit about statistics, because statistics are everywhere. 45% of people do this, 12% of people do that. Well, how did they determine statistics? Statistics can be skewed any way that you want. At the beginning of a study, if my goal is to prove that, let's say, the United States has a declining memory, that over the last 10 years, the United States has had a worse and worse and worse, a declining memory or mental cognitive abilities, something like that. Well, if I want to prove that that's true, well, all I have to do is form a study that starts with 80-year-old people. I think you could all agree that as we get older, our memory becomes not quite as sharp. So if I start the study with a group of 80-year-old people from every state in our country, and I follow them for 10 years, testing their memories, I think you would all agree that at the end of that study, those 90-year-old people would prove to have had a terrible memory. Now, as a simple statistic, I could say 100% of America's memory has been declining over the last 10 years. Now, is that true? Of course not. It's not true at all. Well, sure, it's true. The study proved it. But it's not realistic in the idea that if you look closer into the study and you see, well, this was done on 80 to 90-year-old people, then it's not accurate, or it's not ethical study. The study just produced the results that I want you to believe. So, that brings me to a philosophy that I carry throughout my life, which is I like to know what I know, and I like to know why I know it. So I don't just believe what somebody tells me. I do the research and I figure it out for myself so that I can make a decision based on my own thoughts, beliefs, and research, not just what somebody tells me. So studies can be skewed in any direction. And Clasato Limited would like to say, hey, don't worry folks, our product's good. We just got to find a way to package a study that EFSA believes to show it has significant health benefits. Well, if the first 3 times you failed, maybe you'll get through the next time, but it just makes me think that you're skewing the results of your studies so that they agree with you. Doesn't sound very ethical. Scientific communities across the world would say you start off with ethical studies. You start off with ethical scientific research. You don't try and skew the results to get an answer that you want. Not very good right there. So again, Bimuno. Well, when I looked at the label on Prebiothrive's website, there is no Bimuno. So I called and I asked, please show me anywhere that this has Bimuno. Where's the Bimuno coming from? I'm thinking at first Bimuno must be natural, and maybe it's in one of these vitamins or roots or something that's in this formulation. But no, they tell me that Bimuno is actually derived from milk. More specifically, Bimuno is a GOS product, as I said, Galacto-oligosaccharides, and those are actually naturally occurring in milk products, various different kinds, in various amounts, I guess you could say, or strengths, depending on what kind of milk you want to drink. For instance, Kefir milk has, most of the time, billions of healthy probiotics, as well as to grow those probiotics in Kefir milk, it has oligosaccharides, which are, again, the food that they need to boost that. So anyhow, what does that mean? Does that mean that the doctor's a liar? I don't think so. I think based on all of his information and studies that he says he's gone through and other doctors have gone through, that I think that he probably does prove that Bimuno has a significant benefit, but it's not being backed by the EFSA for some reason. It's not natural, it's a derived, produced product. Because the way they produce these products, they're not all equal. So why would you want to take something that's not natural when you could take something that's natural? Well, the doctor says it's the best, yet it's not in his product. Why isn't it in his product? I believe that's because right now it's not backed by the EFSA. It's not something that he wants to, I guess, promote too heavily when there's kind of a little bit of bad hype behind it right now. Is it good? Maybe. I don't know. Probably yes. But there needs to be more research on it before you just buy into the hype of Bimuno. Now, GOS, or Galacto-oligosaccharides, have been documented and proven to promote a flourishing probiotic environment inside your digestive tract. So that means GOS is good, but not all GOS products are equal. So if you can get natural or man-made or processed, I don't know, I'm going to go with natural, that's my opinion. But again, make your own decisions based on what your research leads you to. Again, with all that information being buried under purchase this Bimuno, purchase that Bimuno, again, it's kind of strange to me. And if any of you guys got caught up in the resveratrol, or you know what that is, it's the prepackaged ingredient that's supposedly in wine that makes your heart extra healthy and the rest of your body healthy and kills cancer and everything else. Well, that's a joke. There's been studies after the initial resveratrol studies that basically prove it has very, very little antioxidant effects compared to a whole list of other things. Resveratrol is a joke. It's very expensive to package, and they sell it to you for $100 a bottle for minimal and unsubstantiated claims. Moreover, there have been many studies that prove that resveratrol does not benefit the way that they claim. To me, does that remind you of something in this video? I don't know. Bear with me, I want to get all this out here. I'm going to flip through my note pages. I didn't spend hours trying to revise everything to come up with the perfect video, but again, I want to just relay this information because my goal was to promote good digestion, as I said. Well, I found something that's great. It's called Kefir milk. I mentioned it before. In my attempt to buy probiotics in a bottle, pill form, which probiotics are living organisms that are dying by the second, so as they package a 20 billion pill, well, you'll get 20 billion guaranteed as of the day that they packaged it. But every day leading up to the expiration date, excuse me, they get less and less. Well, why is that? Because they don't have their own environment with lots of GOS to eat to keep healthy and thrive and grow. But Kefir milk is a product that's actually, should have taken more exact notes, but memory serves, it's fermented milk, and this fermented milk has an incredibly large number of probiotics, and it's made, and those probiotics thrive and grow because the milk has what I'd say is OS, oligosaccharides. Now, from what my research said, and I could be wrong too, but galacto-oligosaccharides are from human breast milk. Now, oligosaccharides, I'm assuming, are just in other forms of milk. A lot of Kefir milk is done with either bovine or cow milk or goat milk. I like the goat milk. I don't know why, it's a little thicker, but nonetheless, I am promoting Kefir milk, I guess, but I don't own a farm, I don't own stock in any company, but I just feel that I'm tired of just jumping on to the latest trend. I'm tired of hearing in the media that something's good and it's basically a lie. It's a company that's trying to promote a product in the idea that it's going to give you great health. This doctor in his video says that he's trying to release this to the public so that they have a chance to get this quicker and understand the health benefits of this quicker. Yet, why does he hide in such mystery what Bimuno is, where it comes from, why they're not using natural forms of it, which it seems like they are, because Bimuno hasn't been approved by the EFSA. Their nutrition label says contains milk, and it also says it has galacto-oligosaccharides. Well, that comes from milk. So why is it kind of shrouded in this video in mystery? And then the idea is Bimuno is supposed to be what he agrees is a prebiotic, the best prebiotic. How come the product doesn't have Bimuno? Well, that's for anybody to debate and come up with the answer to that on your own. I don't know. But the question to me became, why wouldn't we want to go for a natural form of this after learning that Bimuno is a pharmaceutical grade form of galacto-oligosaccharides, and all you have to do is drink milk to get galacto-oligosaccharides, or GOS. Moreover, if you drink Kefir milk, which costs, I don't know, anywhere from $4 to $6 for a bottle, the way that I figure it is you'll drink a cup of this a day, so in a month you're roughly going to spend $40 on Kefir milk. The more sugar you get in that stuff, the less benefits it has, because the sugar is going to help the bad bacteria grow in your stomach. So just like this doctor claims, diet is everything. So if you're not dieting properly, don't expect the best results with any of the health products that you might be taking. So if you buy Kefir milk or yogurt thinking you're going to get lots of probiotics, you are, but you're getting lots of sugar if you're getting the sweetened up ones, so be careful about that. But these things are natural. They've got plenty of healthy probiotics and lots of oligosaccharides, which are the food for those probiotics. I took probiotics with very poor results. My digestive problems were still terrible. Then I was turned on to Kefir milk. I couldn't find it at hardly any grocery store because, well, basically I was shopping at Walmart. And Walmart being part of corporate America, maybe that's a different video too, but I believe they would rather you stay in poor health and rely on I don't know, pharmaceuticals, doctors to maintain your health, insurance, things like that, rather than promote something that's very healthy for you that might actually reverse negative health effects and wean you off of constant doctor care and medical attention and prescription drugs. That's just what I have to say about that. So I guess in summary here, you know, we need probiotics. We need healthy bacteria in our stomachs. We try to reduce the bad bacteria in our stomachs in order for those good bacteria to thrive. Even in that video, the doctor says that the best form of probiotics are the ones that are naturally in our stomach. So until we can create a home for those bacteria that they can thrive in, it's going to be very difficult to have those good bacteria flourish and get to the trillions of the amount that we need to actually be healthy or have healthy digestion. So is Prebiothrive a bad product? Probably not. I haven't even taken it. I'm not willing to try it because the claims that they're making and the ingredients of their products don't seem to be nearly as beneficial, nearly as clear to understand as kefir milk. Now, research kefir milk. Well, what will you find there? One, it's natural. Most companies, at least in the United States, it's all organic. Doesn't have the use of GMOs or anything else that might be a scary topic for people who are wanting to promote good health. And the studies that actually show or try to substantiate any kind of product that has good digestion, well, the only ones that are hands down showing good results are the ones with kefir milk, are the ones with incredibly large doses of probiotics. The problem is if you just eat a bunch of probiotics, you're going to have to constantly eat lots and lots and lots of probiotics because they're dying every day. They're dying, they're being excreted, and if you want them to thrive, you need to give them proper food. So you can't just take probiotics in a pill form or capsule or however you're buying the prepackaged product of probiotics. You must have prebiotics as well. So the idea that this doctor is promoting good diet, prebiotics, and not so much probiotics, because what he's claiming is, hey, once you have enough probiotics, all you need is the food for it, and then they'll live and thrive in your stomach. So is Prebiothrive a good product? It probably is. Is this doctor promoting a good message and everything? You know, the idea of good diet, less lectins in your body, I think are all wonderful things. It just makes me wonder, if he claims he's trying to help so many people, well then why doesn't he just clearly state where the oligosaccharides come from, which is milk? So whether you drink milk, which the studies show are not nearly as effective as kefir milk, or you do drink the kefir milk, make your own decision, but make an informed decision, and with something that may cost you somewhere between $80 to $100 per person in your family, or go with kefir milk, which could cost about $40 per person per month for your family. The decision to me was easy. Natural, far more probiotics and prebiotic, all packaged into one natural thing. I don't know. The decision was easy for me. Again, I'm not making any claims against Prebiothrive. It's probably a good product, but to me it seems like it's a product for someone who has a lot of money to spend and they don't want something quite as effective as a natural thing like kefir milk. Or maybe you just don't like kefir milk. But if you don't like kefir milk, you're probably one of those people that doesn't like to eat vegetables. So if you can't eat vegetables and you can't drink kefir milk, then by all means buy Prebiothrive and keep buying, you know, supplements and nutrients in a can, which are far less effective than the natural things. Know what you know, but know why you know it. Thanks, I hope you enjoyed watching, and please like the video at the bottom, comment below, subscribe. Thank you.